This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out of Me.
We back. Thank you for everyone who joined us on the live stream. As promised, we're doing a Tuesday episode because we didn't do an episode on Sunday.
We didn't want to deprive you of the content.
Yes, if you haven't checked it out, go on to our YouTube and you can watch the full, almost 6-ish hours. It's like 5:40 or something like that.
Ended up being 2 parts.
Yeah, it's 2 parts because inevitably, like we said, our stream broke, but it's fine.
When the games killed the stream.
But really, thank you for everyone who came out. Chris, Rory, John, everyone who came out to ask questions, to hang out with us. Really appreciate it. Believe it or not, even at like 5 viewers, that's the most viewers we've gotten in a single live stream. So like I said before, we're having a really good year on the podcast. I mean, 5 doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot to us. So thank you guys.
The live stream will always be there if you want to watch it and say something, whatever.
And eventually, I'm not going to put a date on it, like I said. Eventually, we will do another one. Eventually.
Not anytime soon, but eventually.
Yeah, eventually. So don't look forward to it, but just know it's going to happen at some point. Yeah. But yeah, no, really, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to our stupid bullshit for 6 hours. Really appreciate it. And all the people who have viewed it afterwards. Really just warms our hearts a little bit. And, if you like the podcast, go ahead and give us a rating on Spotify if you like us enough to do that. Rate us
subscribe,
on
follow.
All that good stuff. Just do all the things. Share, like, comment, subscribe. All the good stuff. We do recommendations every 5 episodes. If you want to put in a recommendation, if it's a year that we haven't gotten to, we have to wait until that year. But if it's previous years, then we'll go back to it.
Every 5 episodes.
So, yeah.
Every 5 episodes.
That being said, I think that's all the business I had.
Yeah, that's it.
You have anything else? Okay, cool.
No, that's it.
Let's get nasty.
All right.
Nasty Hero. What a fucking title. Okay, before we get into it, can we just get into why? Like, why would you call... Nasty Hero? What a stupid, deeply stupid name for a movie.
Nasty Hero.
Nasty Hero.
Well,
what?
I mean, listen. Hot take. He's not even nasty.
No, he was not. Leo Fong's nastier.
Leo Fong is a nasty hero.
He is a nasty hero. Low Blow is a nasty hero. So
this is not a nasty hero.
So I don't really understand the whole nasty hero
this is just
thing.
Regular hero.
Because he only says he'll get nasty once. And that's at the beginning of the movie. So I don't know if this will be chronological.
No, I think this deserves a rambler.
We'll just go kind of off on it. Because holy shit. What a fucking ride this hour and 20 minutes was.
Yeah. Now,
I will say, if you are not a fan of straight-to-video fucking action, schlocky, cliche garbage, maybe skip this one.
Yeah,
But if you're like us and you like that kind of shit, you might like it. You might get some enjoyment out of this because I certainly enjoyed it.
This is very much my bread and butter, and in a different time. Maybe when I was like watching more of these kind of movies, I might have less enthusiasm for this.
Yeah.
But in light of...
Well, through the podcast, too, it's like, you just learn to enjoy things a little
differently.
But
also because, like, I haven't seen a movie like this in a while.
Well, no, and, it's earnest, and it's just fucking... It knows what it is. It's a cliche action movie.
And you have things like...
That's all it has to be.
Out, which is, it's like a straight-to-video action movie, but it's like, it's so stupid.
Well, it's kind of
so low budget that it's just...
It is kind of hilarious that One Way Out was the movie we watched before this, because if you remember in that review, we were desperate for him to say like a one-liner or be like the action hero, right? Because he was so...
For him to be nasty.
unemotional and so boring that you didn't fucking care about his character at all. So the fact that we got literally the next movie we do has that action hero in it.
Well, we also, One Way Out is also a movie that had no flair,
No.
no style, no pizzazz, no nothing,
No.
no spice. And then you get this, which, again, is the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. You get flair, you get spice, you get a hero that says one-liners all the fucking time.
Almost like 90% of his dialogue is just one-liners and cliches.
He's like, a kind of a badass, and he fucks shit up, and he doesn't care, and it's great.
That's all you need.
And
he's nasty.
Since it's a rambler, I'll go over the plot real quick. It's real simple.
Please.
It's a revenge plot. So basically, our nasty hero, his name is Chase. He drives cars and delivers them to different shops for a living.
Yeah.
Is what I gathered.
Yes. Expensive cars.
He drives exotic cars to different states for these shops, and he gets paid for it. And on one of these jobs, he got set up
with a hot car.
With a stolen car. He got picked up by the police, and he did time. So he's going back to the town where he got, set up, and he's gonna get revenge on the people who set him up.
No, Will. He's going back. And
he's like, you see him driving. I'll just explain the first scene. You see him driving, and he's explaining all this shit, right? He's explaining how he got set up. He wants to go back. He's ready to get revenge. Basically,
he's driving in a Porsche. He's
driving a Porsche, and there's a rattlesnake on the road, and he pulls over and kicks it, and it goes underneath the car.
He just taps it a little,
and then, he doesn't punt it. He just taps it with his boot.
That's his other thing. He loves his boots. I
and
guess.
at the end of the monologue, he's like, "Yeah, I'm going back, and I'm feeling nasty." That is word for word.
And then we burst out laughing and clapped, and the audience clapped.
I did clap. I
clapped because of thing I love.
When an action movie starts like that, you just know it's going to be at least a fun ride.
Well, it was just so funny because it did the typical, he's talking all gruff and hardcore, and then it just to top it all off with
I'm feeling
nasty. He even says it like that too. It's not like I'm feeling nasty. No, I'm feeling nasty.
You have to really accentuate the nasty, because
then of course nasty hero comes up on the screen. But
still think it's a dog shit title, but whatever. I think that's the kind of title that would deter people from renting or buying this movie. But
yeah, he's got he has a friend who's a boxer, and he has a thing with the friend's sister.
Yolanda,
yeah. And
so they're a couple, and then the guy who said it, so the characters are, we get Chase, who's our nasty hero, Yolanda, the girlfriend, basically. She's kind of like the estranged lover. And we get Vic, the car shop owner. He's the one who sets up these car rides, and he's the one who ultimately got set up. But that's also because, surprise, surprise, the bad guys are holding his daughter and his wife captive.
Yep.
And he's being forced to do all this stuff by our preppy, just out of fucking
Bradford.
Yeah, Bradford and fucking Chris and Stu and Dean. The most preppy fucking assholes you've ever seen in your entire life.
It's them and this corrupt cop. There are bad guys. Our nasty hero.
Well, I do like how none of the goons. Oh yeah, the corrupt police chief. I can't remember his name.
I don't know. He likes donuts.
Yeah. This is cliche after cliche after cliche. If you think it's going to happen because it's an action movie, it is going to happen.
It's pretty incredible. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, they even fucking build this guy a power glove. We'll get to that.
The commitment to the bit is pretty incredible.
It's pretty insane. Just because you can clearly tell they watched a lot of action movies and wanted to make an action movie.
And they did.
And they did.
Good for them.
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
And, good for them. It's not even close to the worst thing.
No. There's not like a ton of action scenes in this. There's a few driving scenes, but there's not like a ton of action scenes because it's pretty quick. I mean, the pacing is like just breakneck, right? He gets to the town, he starts fucking shit up. He already he
gets to the town, and the first thing he does is
tear the rear view window off of one of the guy's cars because he's being an asshole because he's like driving in, weaving in and through traffic. The
bad guy.
Yeah, our Bradford is
he's weaving in and out of traffic like a dick, and with his like on-off girlfriend,
and he pulls up to Nasty Hero,
and he wants to get in,
and Chase just fucking tears off his fucking rear view mirror,
and then takes it to and talks to the car shop owner, and basically tells him like I'm back and I'm feeling nasty, and I know who set me up, and like movie.
I do like how we get multiple scenes of the mystique of our Nasty Hero.
In the beginning, yeah.
You don't want to mess with him.
Well, he he goes to a payphone and he's calling the car shop guy, and you just see his shadow on the wall and like close-up shots of his hands like tapping on the payphone.
Well, that and we get like some, Baba Yaga style like scenes where they're just like, you don't know who you're fucking with. This guy is like ruthless. He's, if he wants revenge, he's gonna get it.
Well, because like when he rips off the guy's side mirror,
yeah,
he like calls the car shop owner and he tells him like, listen, you don't want to be this guy's problem.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
Well, it's like I like how he's like, because he doesn't know at this point that Bradford is the one that set him up. Spoiler alert, Bradford set him up, but you could clearly tell that because he's controlling Vic. And so at this point, our Nasty Hero does not know that yet, though.
Sure.
I mean, he knows it pretty quickly. I mean, obviously, there's a scene where he knows, but because he goes to talk to his fucking friend. This is how fast the movie goes, because it's like tears off rear view mirror. They have like a quick conversation about what happened, and then he goes to the nightclub.
He goes to the boxing.
Well, it goes to the boxing thing because he's talking to his friend, and his friend knows where these guys hang out, but he's like...
He also tells him that because the Yolanda, who he's in love with, is at this club. She works there now.
Yes. So he's like, yeah, but don't
mess with them.
Don't mess with them. You don't want to mess with them. These are bad dudes, even though they look like a bunch of preparatory...
Oh, no. The other thing that happens before this, I
guess we are going chronologically, I guess.
Well, because this is important to mention, because it's the first beat down, so to speak. After he rips off his side mirror, he tells two of the dipshits to follow him.
Oh yeah, and they do, and they get.
And then after he goes and talks to Vic, he goes to eat soup.
Yeah, well, and then one of them spits in the soup, and he's like, "Eat shit, eat spit."
Don't forget, they go there, they see his Porsche parked
there.
there.
And they think it's the rich guy.
They see like a rich guy, a schlub.
They start like fucking hassling him and eating his food.
It's a nice Porsche, huh? Because they're like eating.
He's like,
his
"It's
food.
not my Porsche," and he's like, "Whose Porsche is it?"
And he just slams his keys down on the table.
Nasty Hero slams the keys down, and then the guy spits. He's like, "Eat shit, eat spit," and then the guy's like, "You first," and then like fucking like almost drowns him in the fucking little bowl of soup.
Beats them down. They run off, and they tell the dude like, yeah, he's bad or whatever.
This whole setup is really like I don't know if you've seen the new Roadhouse.
Yes.
But it's like that. Like the bad dude sends lackeys out. They get their ass handed to him. Then he sends more lackeys out. They get their ass handed to him. Then he sends someone else out. They get their ass handed to him until finally he has to intervene.
You mean the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
that's basically what happens. Like literally, Bradford doesn't do anything for himself. He just sends these fucking dudes out, the least intimidating fucking goons you've ever seen.
The catch with this movie is it's the same 3. It's 2 for most of it, and then they get
and then they get the third one, the kind
out
of
of
like
nowhere.
chubbier guy.
Yeah. Well, he goes to intimidate him, air quotes, in the club.
Yeah, sure. Intimidate. These guys are so intimidating.
Because he goes into the club and orders a beer, and then he's like, "Hey."
Well, and it's trying to set up that Yolanda is now Bradford's girl.
Side piece.
Yeah.
Because she.
But he's like racist. He's a piece of shit. So he like abuses the relationship.
Yeah, and but she's working there at this club, and he like reunites with her, and Bradford sees this and tells like, "Hey, go get him to leave."
Yeah.
And the guy like goes up to him and like awkwardly like taps him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And then tells him like, "Hey, that guy over there, he wants you to leave," and he's like,
"Well, my eyesight ain't so good, so why don't you tell him to
come over here and bring his face right here." And then the guy like slinks back to the table and is like, "Yeah, he's leaving."
He's leaving after his beer, and he's like, clearly he didn't hear you. As he goes up and fucking intimidates him, and then Yolanda's like, "Don't, not here."
And he goes outside and sits. He sits on the guy's car. They have a fight with like him and all the goons. They beat him up and they throw him in a dumpster.
Yes, because he's nasty.
Sure, and
and again, the cliches continue because he gets his ass handed to him.
And he's like, "I'm done."
He gets out of the dumpster and he goes and tells his friend that he's out of here.
He tells the car shop guy like, "I'm done."
He's like, you know what? I got my ass handed to me. Yolanda seems fine. I'm fucking leaving this town. Fuck revenge. I'm getting out of here.
I don't need anything. I don't need anything here.
And he takes a weird, like, modern old car that I don't know.
Yeah,
it has a weird. It's like modeled like an old school car, but it has the chassis of like an 80s car.
Like I said, they had access to some sort of car mod shop.
They had like a vintage and like car shop thing. I don't know. They had some.
But there's a scene where he's driving that.
I love this scene because it's the scene where our hero's like getting out, but something's always got to pull him back in.
Well, he parks and there's like all these murals, and
none of them mean anything.
No, they just found murals.
But he's acting like they're like the most like prolific like prophetic thing he's ever seen.
Yeah, and he sees them. And one of them, I guess, reminds him of Yolanda, and he like looks at it and like puts his hand on it, and then it cuts to his.
They make him scream up. Like,
oh my god! It cuts to his boxing friend like hitting the punching bag, and then he stops hitting it. And he's like, "Damn it!" And then they're both at the club.
I love that hard cut.
Yeah.
It's like, damn it! And then they literally hard cut to them at the club
on a motorcycle. At the club, and then this is when we introduced to like our corrupt cop man, because earlier they mentioned
our donut eating cop. Every scene he's in, pretty much he is eating a donut, and they go up to like Bradford's table with his drinks. And,
yeah, they're gonna like,
and they're trying to intimidate him, right? So Nasty Hero grabs his drink, and he's
like, "Come here."
He holds his glass.
I got something to say to you.
And I'm like, oh, he's gonna just shatter it in his hand. He just shatters it in his hand, and his friend's like, "You hear him?"
My friend don't talk. No, before that, he's like,
"My friend don't talk much,
but he's got something to say to you."
Something to say, and then it's like, "You hear that?"
Shatters it, and then they leave. And
the cop kind of intimidates them. He's like, he asks for his license. He's kind of racist too. Bradford.
He tells him you better leave town. And then, like, it shows, like, there's, like, some scenes of him, like, with Yolanda, and, he's being a dick. And there's, like, a fucking scene where he's, like...
Well, he has, like, multiple women, like, because there's, like, his other...
The blonde
mistress.
From the beginning of the movie.
She's getting jealous that he's with Yolanda. This is all Bradford, by the way.
Yeah.
All Brad. They call him Brad in the movie,
but she calls him Bradford because she's mad. She's angry.
Bradford because fuck him.
Well, it was just funny because she's like, Bradford.
She like, embarrasses him, and he like hates both of them, but wants to fuck both of them.
Typical.
Basically, he's like fucking like macho man. Even though they're really none of the people in this are except for Nasty Hero and his friend are like macho in this movie.
It's a choice. It's a choice, okay?
It's an interesting choice. I'm just saying they look like they're straight out fucking Yale.
I kept saying they look like they play like bullies in like Police Academy.
Yeah, seriously. They just look like the preppiest bunch you've ever
The
seen.
preppy bullies in like a Police Academy or, fucking Porkies or something.
Yeah. And
But they're in a movie called Nasty Hero, sure.
whatever. So
There is a job.
yes, so they have a truck full of like 6 cars, exotic cars that they're going to take across state lines so they can sell them illegally, and the cop, is there. The corrupt cop is there to make sure that no other cops interfere, and they're going to take this over state lines, sell it, and then bring back a load of cash.
And then,
So Vic,
but they decide we're going to set up Nasty Hero again.
well, because at this point they don't think that Nasty Hero knows Vic is in on it, even though he does.
Yes.
He obviously he knows. So Vic.
My favorite, though, is when he calls them and you see like an ashtray with like 1 billion cigarettes.
And then like Vic is like sweating fucking.
And he has a cigarette in his hand and he's like shaking. And he's calling him like, yeah, there's a job. This is tomorrow. There's a truck full of cars and, just Nasty Hero like, yeah.
Yeah, that's all he says.
I'll do it.
And
I'll do the job.
So literally the next scene is them driving on the fucking highway, like Nasty Hero's in the fucking truck, and we got 2 dudes following the truck, and the cop is set up over there because he's
Eating a donut.
Yeah, of course, because he's gonna stand in the middle of the road, stop the truck, so that he can kill Nasty Hero,
Kill or arrest him.
and then the 2 dudes can get in the truck and drive it and go sell their car.
Yep.
But they don't know who they're fucking with. Okay?
Because they're fucking with someone who's nasty.
Because Nasty Hero drives right fucking past that pig. And
He almost runs him over. And
And then our 2 dudes start driving up and they're gonna like fire at the truck. But they're trying not to hurt the cars, right?
they're trying not to destroy, the merchandise.
So Nasty Hero like works them off the road by like tearing their car apart.
He
piece by
basically,
piece.
rips off like all the bumpers and everything.
And then finally he like brake checks them into the fucking.
Well, you're forgetting he
chains up the fucking.
he has a chain with him the whole time, and the whole time you're
He
like,
has like a giant toolbox that he carries
Yeah.
around with him everywhere.
and he chains up the car so that it keeps driving
Yeah.
without him in the driver's seat. And then he climbs back, and as they're like trying to shoot him and all this shit,
He throws the car.
he throws one of the cars at them, and it slows them down, but it completely destroys the cop car.
Yes. And so. Now
But then he opens the back,
He brake checks them into the fucking truck.
and then he gets out,
And they have a little fight.
and he tells them rides over.
Yeah, he's like, "Welcome to, I don't even Georgia or something like that." Like,
He's like,
welcome
welcome
to
something.
whatever state they're in. Rides over.
Beats them up,
Well, and then they have like a little tussle with the gun and shit. And
but they wimp out again, and they're like,
again, I love the hard cuts in this because this movie wastes
Well,
no fucking time.
don't forget, they're like, how are we gonna get out of here? And then you see
Hard
him.
cuts to them talking to
No, you see him go up and kick their car off the ramp.
Yeah, and then it hard cuts to them talking to Brad.
They're like, it was insane. He threw one of the cars at us. And they're all like, they have like, they have like black eyes, bloody noses, and Brad's just like,
Brad's
oh, for
pissed.
fuck's sake.
It's like, God damn it, fine.
I told you to kill him. I told you to do this.
Well, and there's also a scene where Brad's like abusing the 2 women.
Yeah, he's at a party.
He hits one of them, and she has a black eye.
Yeah, he's at a party and he basically like, beats up both of them, and then they both leave, and he tells 2 of his dipshits to follow them.
Yeah, so she. Oh no, he doesn't beat up her yet because remember she gets mad and leaves.
Yeah.
So they leave, and then Yolanda gets dropped off, and then
But he does like rough her up. Remember?
they hit her again.
Yeah.
And that's why she has a black eye because this is where like her and Yolanda like bond.
Well,
And then
she
they also bond with like fucking like fucking Nasty Hero's fucking friend. Because they're all like a foursome now.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the 2 girls and the 2 guys. And they're all a team.
Yeah, after he he follows the van, the dudes and the bad guys in the van, and then he comes out of the fucking fog shadows to intimidate them, and they just dip out.
Yeah. And then, they talk in the Yolanda's house.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, we're gonna Nasty Hero's friend, you're going to protect the women by going on a weird run somewhere.
Going on a jog.
And I'm gonna go after Brad.
Yeah.
And so the next scene is literally them like the 2 girls and the friend jogging.
And then they get jumped.
Well, so the friend kind of like tells them both to run as fast as they can.
Yeah.
So they won't get hurt.
And he keeps beating up these dudes.
Yeah, he just fucking like houses them every single time.
Every time, and eventually, the guys in the van.
This is the one scene where I kind of scratched my head at the choice.
Oh, really?
Like,
really?
well, the rest of it is so cliche, but this is like the one where I'm like, this literally could have been so easily solved. That
No.
I don't know why the fuck they did this.
No.
Because
They needed this.
Because the 2 chicks get kidnapped by our chubby dude
In the van, yeah.
in the van, and he puts both of them in the van, and then the friend starts chasing after the van, and they stop short so the fucking chubby dude can kick open both doors
And taunt him.
and taunt him. And the guy is like literally on the van. He's like literally up to the van.
Yeah.
And instead of like getting in the van and like fucking beating this guy up, he stops and takes a breath.
I think they're trying to imply that, like, if he goes further, the guy will kill them. But,
But there was no gun or knife or anything. If you're gonna do that, imply something
Well,
more dangerous than just.
he would have snapped their necks with his bare fingies.
That's all he does is out of the van. and then, so they drive off, and so the 2 girls are held captive by Brad.
Yeah, he calls Nasty Hero, and he's just like going on a monologue, and it just hard cuts to Nasty Hero being like, "I know where."
Well, no, because remember Vic called.
Yeah.
He's like, I know you have no right. It's like that typical. I know you have no right to trust me. I know I've done some dirty shit to you, and I don't want you to believe.
I wish I didn't have to make this phone call.
You shouldn't go. You shouldn't do this.
Where?
You might die. He's like, where? And he tells him.
And he goes to like a fucking underpass or something, and a bunch of cops show up.
Well,
and
of course, it's another setup. I don't know why he trusted Vic.
Who else is he untrustful?
I don't know, but Vic has literally double-crossed him at every single fucking chance he got.
Look, Vic has no choice. Okay,
I know his family's held.
they're
captive.
threatening his family.
And I think, he's called Nasty Hero. He's not called Unreasonable Hero.
He's just nasty.
He's just nasty. He's not a bad dude.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's just
He
nasty.
just is a protector.
Little filthy.
I think he understands that Vic is under duress.
Yeah, he does. He never harms Vic.
No, he never
But,
harmed Vic at all. Anyway.
But he gets like all the cops are there
All the cops are there
with the
and our
corrupt guy.
cop comes there and he roughs him up a little bit, breaks his arm.
Oh, he gives him a piece of paper saying, "Meet us here."
Yeah, like you have something we want, like the truck full of cars. We have something you want, the 2 girls.
And your friend.
And yeah, the whole entourage is there. And so, yeah, Nasty Heroes. Like,
Because they also, you forgot to mention, when he was chasing the van, at one point they stop, and Brad like hits him with a 2x4 and knocks him out.
oh, right, yeah, because, yeah.
So
It's just a different.
all of them are hostages.
They're all hostages, so Nasty Hero has to save all of them.
So he goes to Vic with a broken arm and makes a power glove
And of course, we have a blacksmithing
montage.
fucking auto shop working montage while they're building this fucking stupid
Iron.
it's like an iron fist, but it's so stupid. It's just a bunch of fucking like auto parts thrown together.
Well, it's just a big like glove of metal.
It looks heavy as fuck too, and
It does.
very uncomfortable.
And it has like no articulation or movement. You just have to hold your hand.
Already broken, so I don't know how he's supposed to like lift it even.
Well, it's just good for defending, I guess.
Good because he doesn't use it to fight.
No, but it's good for the metal sticks that they try to use on him. But yeah,
It makes for a cool scene. Okay,
does.
That's what's really important.
it makes for a montage. But he gets that.
Because you needed that in this movie.
He gets that and a trench coat.
Yes.
And they meet at a location that has a monorail close by. And they have all the guys there and the fucking cops. Oh,
Sorry,
Birdie
my
can't fly.
My microphone went out for a minute.
How dare
I'm back.
you.
I'm back.
He says, like, Birdie can't fly with one wing or something.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, I broke his arm. We're fine. And then so the truck is like coming, and he's like, he's not gonna stop.
Get him!
Get him! And they start,
They jump on it, and they're like, he's not in here! And it crashes into a car.
yeah, like the gas starts going, and they're like, where is he? I don't know where he is. They can't find him anywhere.
And he's sneaking around. He knocks one of them out.
Well, and then he like goes and like sits on a car and like sheathes his fucking
Yeah, like a weapon.
his fucking Iron Man arm.
And they're like,
And
oh, like
there he
one arm
is.
gimp. What are you gonna do? You want me to break the other arm? Like,
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
and he's about to like shoot him, and one of the guys for some reason stops the cop from shooting him, and then he just vanishes.
Yeah, he's just gone. He's a fucking like phantom.
Yeah, he just vanishes.
And so they're looking around, and then the cop, you see him like running up the fucking like thing,
Like
and
this- like these
the
stairs.
the cop sees him, right? And at this point, he's already gotten the other three out of there.
He's gotten them free.
They're on a monorail.
Well, he takes them all up there,
Yeah.
and the bad guys tell one of the goons like, "Hey, go get him, and he just starts running up the stairs, keeps running up the stairs, and Nasty Hero
Just think.
he takes his metal arm out
Yeah, the guy just clotheslines himself on Nasty Hero's fucking metal arm.
and knocks himself
It's not
out.
like he swings it.
Yeah.
He just holds it out.
and
But everything is so foggy you can't see shit.
it's great. And they get on the monorail, and they're like, "Oh, good, we're free."
Yes,
And the
everything's
fucking
fine.
cop makes an emergency call.
Because apparently he knows the monorail operator, and he's like, no stops. I want it full speed, and it comes right back to this station.
And so they drive past the stops, and Nasty Hero looks at the monorail map and realizes it's just a circle. And they
Which
come,
they're on a monorail. They're not like on a subway. Like,
it goes
why
in a
they-
circle. They have them. Go to Disneyland, Will.
I know they have a. I know, but like, why did they think that was like the best getaway?
Because
It's like a parking garage monorail. Like,
they have
what?
no car.
They're still going to be in the parking garage.
Listen, because I know these things. Okay, this is clearly filmed in Miami.
Yes.
And Miami does have a monorail,
Yeah.
so.
I mean, they could have gotten a little farther, but
The one in Miami, I don't know about when this movie was made, but it is a little longer than a 1 minute.
what's
a
weird
1
is
minute
they
monorail.
like go in a circle, and it's like, wouldn't that take fucking hours for them to like come back? But no, it takes. I mean, this is a movie, so obviously it takes like a minute.
Unless you want to imagine that they were sitting on that monorail for an hour.
Like the bad dudes were just waiting there for fucking like an hour, just like waiting for the fucking the people to show back up. That'd be fucking hilarious, dude.
Honestly, it would.
But they come right back, and of course, fucking Nasty Hero and his friend are standing at the entranceways because they know what's gonna happen, and they just
Well, he makes his way. The cop is at he's at the bottom of like the escalator, and Nasty Hero shows up, and the cop's just pointing a gun at him.
he's like, I knew this was. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
I knew this was coming, and then he
then-
starts making his way down, and one of the goons shows up with a metal stick.
It's another instance of like I said this in No Way Out, where it's like this dude could have died at like any moment, but
No.
it's an action movie, so we don't.
Well, the corrupt cop, he has morals, so he can't shoot the fucking goon.
Sure. That's some coke.
He has
but
enough
Sure. Yeah.
enough morals, okay?
So, but our goon jumps in front of him, and the guy's like, "Get down, get down!"
out of the way.
And of course, Nasty Hero just fucking like scoops him up in his arm because he's like holding him hostage.
Yeah. And then they get down and he
And he
throws
throws
with the
him into
cop,
the fucking cop.
beats up the cop, takes him with him, and then they're back at the monorail, and
And Brad is there.
he has a knife on
Yeah.
Yolanda,
Yes.
and he's like, let him go, let the cop go.
And he lets him go, and then the doors start closing, but our Nasty Hero knows what to do.
He
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 jumps
tells him to take off the. Oh no, that's after he gets in the monorail. But
Yeah, because our Nasty Hero jumps on top of the monorail.
and then
That's going like 2 miles an hour.
it's not a bullet train; it's a monorail.
And so he's hanging on top, and then one of the girls like breaks free and like breaks the glass and opens one of the doors.
It's like an emergency stop.
So yeah, our hero can jump down, swing in, kick some guy.
And then the guy Brad's there, and he's like, take off that,
He takes off this like really fucking awkward big ass fist
fight
he
me
has.
mano a mano. And then they fight. He beats him up for 90% of it, and then at the last bit, Nasty Hero beats the shit out of him with one hand.
When he's like, they're just like about to kiss, basically. That's how close they
Well,
are.
he tells him,
And he
like,
like handcuffs
"You know
him to
me."
this like the top of this fucking thing. And he's like, we've met before.
What goes around comes around, because he said that to him earlier in the movie.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, what goes around comes around. Remember?
And then
He says
What-
like the most cliche
what does he say
thing
before
on
he
the-
kicks him off?
He says like the most cliche thing on the planet. Like I can't remember
What does he
what
say?
it was.
Was it like payback's a bitch or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, it is. No, it's literally that. That's how cliche
Okay.
it was. I forgot it because it was so cliche that I was like, yeah,
That's
he's like,
incredible.
He's like, payback's a bitch, and then like kicks him.
And kicks him, and then he's hanging.
He's like, hey, don't leave me hanging here. Come on.
Cut.
Cut to them on the fucking escalator, and
All happy.
Everyone's
happy.
Everyone's good, and it freeze frames on his fucking our Nasty Hero's face,
Smiling.
smiling like a fucking idiot,
And then credits.
Credits,
Movie.
bro. Listen, is it a good movie? Absolutely not. There's no way that a movie like this comes on our podcast and is like immaculately made, right? Is it fun though? Absolutely. 100%.
Also, would I watch this if I came across it late at night?
Would
Yes,
I
I would.
continue to watch it?
Yes, I would.
Yes.
I actually would. I 100% would.
Even from the one like, yeah, I'm back. And I'm
Feeling
and I'm
nasty.
feeling nasty.
Cut to guitar solo opening theme. Yeah, listen. I know.
You stay for that.
You
I
stay
mean,
for that shit.
Because it's like, you have to have the hero that doesn't give a single fuck and just is literally just all full of one-liners, talks like no one ever would in real life.
Yeah. He's there for his friends. Like
It's great.
He has literally no flaws.
No.
He's not even nasty, which is great.
That's the one. I would say if I had a nitpick, I was hoping for a nasty hero. He's not nasty.
No.
He's a little sweaty,
Unless-
but he's not nasty.
Sweaty hero.
He gets sweaty hero doesn't have quite the right ring to it.
Because he spends 80% of the movie wearing a sweaty wife beater,
Yeah.
but that's it. Is that,
But he's not nasty. Like, what is nasty about him?
by 1987 direct-to-video standards?
Again, in Low Blow, our detective
He
had
is
like
literally nasty.
he had an office full of fucking takeout containers and bugs and shit
Our dude
all
couldn't
over
park
the place.
his car.
Yeah. He was a menace to society. That's what
Yeah.
I think of when I think of nasty.
And then you have this.
But then you have this guy who just sweats a lot. That's it.
He's sweaty. It's Florida. What do you
That's
expect?
it's hot as shit in Florida.
Like-
I get it. It's humid and hot. He's a sweaty dude. That doesn't make him nasty.
No, he's feeling nasty.
I don't even get that line, but it was cool, so I don't care. I don't really understand what he meant by that, but it's fine.
It's the name drop.
You
the
got to.
movie.
I'm sad they didn't drop the full nasty hero. I'm sad that the villain at the end didn't be like, "You're one nasty hero." Because that would have been one more zinger that I could have been like, okay. this movie is it. Listen, to my lizard brain though, highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Competently made.
Yeah. It's good looking.
Listen, it's not going to win any awards, but there's like tracking shots. There's good angles that they do. The acting is good. The cinematography is good. It's shot on location. Everything is bathed in fucking neon. It looks cool.
Yeah, it's like for a movie like this,
for probably how little the budget was, it's actually pretty competently made. It's like, it's enjoyable.
You got, car crashes.
It doesn't look as cheap as it probably was.
Yeah, it looks better than I thought it would, honestly.
Yeah. No, same. Because I thought it was going to be like because some straight to videos, you don't get the best quality.
Yeah.
And this one actually looks like a movie. Like it plays and looks like a movie. It doesn't play and look like an after school special or like a sitcom episode.
Doesn't look like One Way Out?
Yeah. Doesn't look like that. And it's way better acted than One Way Out.
Well, there's emotions.
And you actually care about the fucking characters.
There's emotions here, Will.
So shitty to pretty. Let's go. It's probably going to get higher marks.
I'm going to give it a 9.
I think so too. I don't think it was ridiculous enough to get like a 10.
The one thing that would have given this a 10 for me, and it's something that is like kind of weird. For a movie like this, it's kind of weird. There's no blood or swearing. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it was like basically this could be rated like G,
which is really bizarre.
There was like nothing in it. Again, he's not nasty. He doesn't even swear.
No one swears. He's very well mannered.
He's polite. He's nice.
He was trying to eat his fucking lunch with his Louis L'Amour book, and
yeah, he reads. He reads literature. He's well studied. He's a cultured man. This is a cultured hero.
But if it had like that extra bit of like, blood, swearing, whatever, I think
I have 2 words that would have propelled it into, and I say propel. No. Well, I mean, if he was actually nasty, that probably would have given it a 10 too. Pun intended with the propelled it, right? Rocket fist.
Oh, God.
If they would have had some contraption on that fucking fist that made him like punch harder or like, like break some concrete or something like that, that would have done it for me. Like,
honestly, yeah.
Like there didn't even have to be any blood, but just have like a thing where he like rocket punches some guy like 3 feet away or something like that.
Or he like punches through the cars or shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like something like that. I think if they would have like gone more in depth on that like fist, that's all it would have taken for me to like give it a 10.
Make that a little more over the top.
Because it's like they don't spend a lot of time like developing it, obviously, because it's just like he broke his arm and they need something for him to like defend himself because he only has one usable arm. But if they would have like had it like just be operable to be like just one punch, one charge, something like that, where it's just like a one charge thing,
or have like a gun attachment.
He like punches a pillar and it fucking like explodes or something like that. That would have like propelled it into fucking like 10 out of 10.
Or have like a gun attachment on it or something.
Well, and that's how simple it would have been. Just add it like him like blowing up a fucking like concrete pillar or something. Not even, he didn't even, because if you're going with the whole like no gore, no swearing thing, he didn't have to like punch a hole through anybody.
Right.
Just have it be ridiculous enough where he can like has like superhuman strength for a minute.
Yeah. But as it stands, I will say, this was a lot better than I thought it would be.
No, I mean, I was genuinely surprised because I didn't know what to expect with that title. I'm gonna be honest, that title kind of deterred me.
Well, that title and the fact that this movie only has like 100 ratings, like no one fucking cares about this thing, So
this is the kind of movie you would see on like one of those like 50-in-1 like action packs.
I don't know.
It doesn't belong on there. I'm just saying you would see it on there.
For me, this is more like the kind of movie that you would have caught on like HBO or Cinemax late at night.
And I would have watched it. I mean, honestly, like,
and like I said, if
you're into this kind of, if you're into like straight to video, like just stupid fun,
quick entertainment,
like popcorn action flicks,
you
could do a lot worse than this.
Where it's just like you watch it, You root for the bad guys
It's-
to get their comeuppance.
It's not going to make you think. It's not
Yeah.
going to be like groundbreaking, but it's fun. It's just an entertaining movie.
yeah, it's not. It's not offensive.
It's just dumb fun. And there's literally nothing offensive in there. There's no
Yeah.
swearing, there's no blood, there's no like gross like scenes, like there's no him.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that's kind of sensitive is they slap around women.
Well, but those are the bad guys.
But they have to. I mean that's the thing. It's like they have to be evil somehow.
Our bad guy, he objectifies women
Yeah, he objectifies and beats women in one scene.
and says like he says racial slurs, but they're not like
It's even tame on that because he says like I got my like self a little Hershey woman and stuff.
chocolate.
Yeah, like don't you like my Latina
Yeah.
princess? It's like it's the tamest racism I've ever seen.
but because it's an '80s action movie,
Because he even says to Vic,
Yeah.
he's like, "Did you see my me no speak English
Yeah.
girlfriend?"
but it's like because it's an '80s action movie, you have to give your bad guy those extra.
But it's very much
Yeah.
like a it's not going to offend anyone.
No,
This movie is not going to offend anyone, so you could probably watch it with like, even like a 10-year-old. Like if you wanted to show them this like cheap action movies, you could literally there's nothing offensive in this. So it's safe for everyone.
this movie is safe for the world.
But it's called Nasty Hero.
I know,
I still
I know.
don't get it. I still don't understand it. Why do you call it Nasty Hero? There's nothing nasty about it.
Dude, I truly have no idea. It reminds me of there's a really, really cringy fucking Hong Kong action movie called like, oh my god, it was called like Stinky Hero or something like that.
What?
I'm not kidding. Stinky Hero or like Bad Hero or something, where the main like hero, he was like dirty and had like a stinky head of hair. And they kept having like jokes about that,
Well,
and the whole time I'm just like,
You know what I pictured?
oh god,
You know what I pictured in this movie? Just some guy that like lives in a fucking sewer that like has to come out every once in a while to fight crime or something. Like, why call him nasty? He does nothing nasty.
Leo Fong.
Leo Fong is nasty. He's a nasty hero.
But I help people.
It don't matter. You're still fucking nasty. You're a dirty, dirty old man.
You're nasty. Give me your badge and your gun.
Like you have fucking takeout boxes all over your office. Then you have bugs and fucking cockroaches, and you don't pay your secretary, and you park,
yeah.
and you park weird, and you're fucking. That's a nasty hero.
You have a car that doesn't start.
That's a nasty hero.
Yeah.
This
Leo
is not
Fong has no qualities that you look for in a person.
A guy that saves women and goes to nightclubs is not nasty.
Yeah. He helped his friends.
What?
What's wrong with him?
Oh, it's so nasty. Oh, it's so nasty.
He has a toolbox. Oh.
I'll stop harping on it. I just don't get why it was called Nasty Hero.
I don't know. I think they were desperate for something to make this movie stand out. And it clearly didn't because it
But
only
it
has
didn't.
100
It's,
ratings.
it's such a fucking just a basic action, straight to video action movie.
No one saw it.
No one cares. But I you know what? I care. I care
I
about
care, yeah.
Nasty Hero. It's a decent movie. It's a good way to spend an hour and 25 minutes if you're into this kind of action movie stuff, like schlocky cliche action movies like that. Where, like, you just get, like, a no-gruff fucking hero that doesn't care and just...
Has no flaws.
just has no flaws. He's just a good dude trying to do right, and that's it.
That's it.
That's all you need. I mean, yeah, that's Nasty Hero.
Good job.
Fuck. I was expecting, like, rated R, like, fucking, like, exploding heads and shit and fucking, like, like something nasty.
I was
like,
expecting Leo Fong.
well, like, when you think nasty, you think, like grimy, like,
Or
grungy.
One Way Out.
Like fucking, like John Connor and fucking, like fucking like in Terminator when they're like fucking in the sewer, like that's nasty, right? She's fucking a hobo in the sewer and it's just, that's nasty, okay?
No, Will.
There's
none of-
that shit is nasty, but there's nothing nasty
None of
about
that
this
here.
movie.
All right.
So Clean Hero is what I would call it. Let's redeem him. It's Clean Hero.
Clean hero.
Clean Hero. So clean he doesn't even swear.
Power glove hero.
Power Glove Clean Hero. Even though it's not really a power, I wouldn't call it a power glove because there's nothing powerful about it.
Well,
just
technically,
like-
Will, there is nothing powerful about the power glove either.
Well, but it is powered by the NES.
Sure. I think it had its own batteries.
It's
could be wrong.
Still powered.
Whatever.
Do batteries not power things?
He has power.
He doesn't. There's just fucking car
powered
parts.
by him.
It's just car parts.
No,
it's a car part arm.
It's powered by nasty.
Fucking car part arm. Fucking, but that doesn't have the right ring to it. So Power Glove. Okay,
Nasty. Nasty glove.
we've lost the rest of the plot. It's fine.
It's been lost.
It's fine.
We lost it a long time ago.
I don't think I have anything else to add to Nasty Hero. Just go watch it if you like.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Stupid fucking action films that
Yeah, go watch it. It's on YouTube.
aren't offensive at all. Let me see if I can find the. Oh shit! I didn't mean to. We watched it on. I'm not saying that title. Maybe I don't know.
No. Just look it
Just
up on
look up
YouTube.
Nasty Hero 1997. It has like kanji on it. So
For whatever reason.
I don't know why, but it's a good print. It's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just
Enjoy.
go watch it. Go enjoy it. Go spend an hour and 35 minutes of your time.
That's it.
That's it. For They Mostly Come Out at Night. This has been Will.
This has been Alex.
We'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Wear your antiperspirant, please.
Yes. Stop sweating like a goddamn animal. That's what's really nasty.